Welcome to another episode of Discover with Dave. And we've got tomorrow's Thanksgiving, possibly one of the coldest Thanksgivings of all time. One of the most important things is to make sure that the chickens have water, and you don't want frozen water for them. So I'm going to do, and again, this is for entertainment purposes only. I'm not a professional. I don't want nobody to burn their coop down. This is my idea. It's up to you what you want to do with it. It's really simple. Simplicity is the best thing. I got a cinder block, single hole cinder block, okay? You don't need anything more, so you don't want anything heavy. Extension cord, outdoor extension cord. This is a plug-in socket for a light bulb. Plug-in socket. I got a Home Depot, like a couple bucks. An incandescent light bulb, like 50 cents or so. Obviously screws in here. And then the most important thing, well, one of the important things is the water. It's a poultry drinker, a 2-gallon Harris Farms poultry drinker. It comes in 2 pieces. This part you fill up, this you cover up, and this has a little, indicates how much water will come out when you close it up. This way all the water doesn't pour out when you close it, okay? So the whole, I'm going to notch out the side. The whole premise of how this works is the extension cord can go into the coop, underneath, come up. The socket light bulb will be inside the hole here, will be inside there. And the metal poultry drinker will be on top. I'm using metal so it doesn't melt, it conducts heat better, possibly don't have to worry about any kind of fires. Obviously everything here, you've got metal and concrete. Okay, so anything it's contacting would be metal and concrete, reduces any chance of fire. Underneath, you got to be careful you don't have any wood chips or anything around it, or the floor, okay? So it's pretty simple concept. Incandescent light bulbs get hot. I'm going to probably have a timer set where it'll turn on maybe for an hour, and then turn off for a few hours, and then turn back on, depending on obviously the temperature and where you are, okay? But let's get started. Hey guys, so with my ear protection and safety goggles, I'm chipping away at this stone. What I'm doing is making a channel for the cord. This will be on the bottom, and this way it'll sit on here without crushing the cord. I'm trying to use a heavy duty extension cord. I don't want any problems, especially if anyone tries to gnaw it. It came with a channel on the side, which will be great when it comes in. It can go down and along here. Okay, so pretty good, almost flat. Yeah. That should be good. I'm going to cut it out with this. I made sure that there's no studs in the way. As you can see, I had some insulation there, but the hole does go through. Okay, so I'm feeding the cord through. Got my cord. Got my block with my channel here. I'm going to be facing the back. I'm not sure if you can see. So we're going to feed that up underneath the channel. Okay guys, so I ran the cord up, the extension cord. Again, here is the bulb with the screw-in socket. So this would be plugging in. And you got to be super careful because obviously this light bulb could break so easily if it bumps the concrete. Okay, so the problem I'm running into is it looks like the way this extension cord is, it's so high and the bulb's so high that it's just breaking above the top, which means I can't put anything on top of it, so I have to do something different. Okay guys, so the original extension cord I had, I bought this new one because the original one I had, it was too high on the end, which raised up the light bulb and socket up above the cinder block, which then when I put the water container on top, it was touching the light bulb. So I got this new extension which is shorter at the end. Also, the light bulb that I was using before was a 40-watt clear, and although it got hot, it wasn't, the water would melt a little bit, but there's still some frozen on top, and it wasn't doing the job on those cold nights. We had some like 10 degrees, and it just wasn't doing it. So I ended up stepping it up to a 60-watt. We've been having some warmer weather now, so I did have one day that I used the 60-watt on a cold day, and it worked perfect. Everything was melting. So again, it depends on the temperature outside, and it depends on how long you leave it on. But you really got to be careful, guys, especially with wood chips around and everything. You got to take caution. Again, I'm just showing you what I'm doing. I'm not recommending this for anyone. It's up to you if you want to do it. This is just my idea. Again, I took a 60-watt light bulb, screwed it into a plug-in socket, plugging this in, and I'm going to run that through the cinder block. You also have to watch any water or moisture getting in there, because obviously water and electric don't mix. I seen a little bit of moisture build up in here, and again, there's a lot of precautions you have to take. So with the light bulb screwed in and plugged in, again, I feed it through. And I'm trying to do this with one hand because I don't have my stand right now. You don't want any wood chips underneath, because you don't want anything that could potentially cause a fire. Or I should say, I don't want anything that could potentially cause a fire. So I'm going to make sure there's no wood chips on or around the light bulb when I do this. Okay, so you can see I fed the cord underneath where I had chipped away at the channel, and the light bulb is down in there, and it's set down pretty low, so it's not that close. And it's a 60-watt light bulb, which seems to do the trick. Okay, so I filled the water drinker up about a third of the way. You got to remember the amount of water you're putting in there is also going to affect the temperature of the water, how quick it is to keep it melted, but then also how warm it. You don't want it to get too warm or too hot, but you don't want it. You want it to be able to melt too. Plus, I try to clean it every few days, anyways. At least, within the week. Put the rest of the chips around the cinder block, but not too high, just covering it up the layer. I'm just going to spread that and cover up too the cord. I don't want them going at the electric cord. But once I'm done, they should be drinking water, and like I said, usually, you got to remember, they're usually in here to sleep. They might drink a little bit before they go to bed, and when they get up or when they come in to lay eggs. The rest of the day they're out. But if it's a real cold time, I mean, they're going to have to either remember to come in here and drink, or whatever water, if I have any water on the outside that's melted. Sometimes I bring up some warm water to bring out there. So I basically try to have the light bulb turn on. If it's going to be a cold morning, I'll have it try to turn on before they would come out, maybe before they get in, to make sure there's something there, just to make sure something's defrosted. And even during the day, usually when the sun's shining, things are warming up, things stay pretty melted. It's been a warm winter, so it hasn't been too bad. But hopefully this was entertaining,
And again, this is just an idea I tried. There's a lot of stuff out there people can actually buy, drinkers that have electric heaters built into them. I did this before I saw that, but still, I mean, I'm okay with just doing this either way. But again, good luck, and thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and thanks for watching Discover with Dave. Bye.